Hey, welcome back to Married Unfiltered. I'm Kia.
And I'm Ramon.
And today we're going to talk about men being praised for doing the same thing that women do. Or women does? Women do.
That women do.
That women do. So hey, stay tuned and check out this video. Hey y'all, like we said, we're going to talk about women doing the same thing that men do, but they get the praise and worship that they're the best. So, hey.
We pretty dope, you know what I'm saying? If you give us the opportunity to be.
Anyway, so recently on Facebook and on social media, I've been seeing this post go around talking about women do the same exact thing and then men getting the praise for it. And I think it's more specific to raising children, but we're going to talk about it in all aspects of life, from being married, children, work, housework, so on and so forth. So I'm going to start off by handing it off to Ramon first and saying, how do you feel about this?
Well, whenever I see a man doing something that was not in the man's category, I'm admired by it. And it's because we don't get that opportunity to do those things a lot of times because the woman is doing it. And it's not that we can't do it. It's about all these gender roles and these preconceived notions that that's not our job and we can't do it to the level that a lady can. And I don't agree. And when I see guys doing those things, I'm like, that's what's up. Like, big shout outs to my single fathers. Because, you know, when you're a single dad, when I've seen this firsthand, because I'm walking with my homie who's a single dad, and they're like, oh, that's so cute to see strong black fathers. And I'm like, that's what's up. But you just kind of feel like in the back of their mind, they thinking, like, but where the mom at? Well, this time the mom ain't there. No, the mom lost that battle.
Okay.
So I'm bigging up, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of them. And so, yeah, like if we get some praises for doing the stuff that ladies doing, cool, we should get more of that.
All right. So for me, I think it's a loaded question. I feel what they're saying in the comment. I think what they're getting at is that women do the same routine all the time and men are like, and they praise for it, and I see that and I get it because I do it at times. But then on the other end, I understand where men are coming from because I think sometimes they need just a little bit more push and so maybe some encouragement. And I don't think it's us necessarily trying to praise them, but trying to let them know that, hey, you're doing a great job. You know, we appreciate it. Thank you. Maybe it's a form of showing appreciation in some way. So I think it's a double-edged sword in a way for this total comment because I hear both sides and I'm not necessarily torn towards one. But if I had to pick, I would say yes, men do get more praise for doing the same things that women do.
Yeah. And like I say, I'm always, no matter if you watch any of our videos, I'm always gonna lean toward the guy because you know my situation. But just to echo her point, it is a loaded question. Like it's one of them questions that you draw a line in the sand and you say you either for it or you're against it. And I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, I don't think it's always just a straight answer to something because there's so much more that goes into it. And I think that's kind of what we're going to like divulge throughout this conversation today.
Yeah.
So basically, why do we do it? Because I can definitely say I have praised men and I've seen it. So I'm going to give my perspective of why I do it. It kind of goes back to what I just said. For example, if the other night or this past week I had been sick and Ramon took the baby 2 nights in a row. Just completely through the night. I woke up to pump, but that's it. And he took care of her. But I'm like, oh, you're the best husband in the world. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you. Oh, you know, stuff like that. But I do that every night. He would, you know, or I do that throughout the day. Maybe not at night, but I definitely do it throughout the whole day. I did it through my whole maternity leave. And he said, oh, you know, you're doing a good job. You know, I appreciate you. But I feel like we don't get that same respect on a daily basis as someone who does it, I hate to say this, occasionally almost in some way. And I don't, this situation, I know it sounds bad, but
your delivery.
The delivery, that's why I said the delivery sound bad. But I think that's where this whole thing's coming from. Of that men do it occasionally and they get praised for it, and women do it on a regular basis. But my thought behind that, like I said, the reason why I'm doing it is because I want him to do it more. So even when it comes to like, oh, cleaning the house and he does, oh, doing the dishes, I'll be like, babe, you be doing them dishes. I appreciate you. You be killing. You the best dishwasher ever. But it's to give them praise to, you know, let him know, hey, keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate it. I don't think it's me trying to say that women don't do the same thing, or I don't do the same thing, because I wash, clean dishes, clean the house and everything on a regular basis. So like it ain't nothing with my eyes closed. But I do it for encouragement. I do it for keep doing it. I do need your help. I think that's maybe my way of saying I need your help without saying I need your help. So why do you give men praise? So
she said a lot of stuff, and that's my facial expression showing.
I know.
I don't always agree with what she say, but that's how she feel. All right, that's how she feel.
It didn't come out that well.
It didn't come out that. That delivery was as much to be desired.
Can we just hold before you start talking?
Okay.
Before you start talking, let me just clarify some things, because I think he's feeling some type of way about it.
In my field.
In regards to raising our child, Ramon does an amazing job. He takes basically the night shift and I do the day part of stuff. And even me going back to work, he still has been holding down the night piece of it while he's working as well. But the reason why I was using that as an example is because I think that the comment or the Facebook post was around raising kids essentially. So that's like kind of the first thing that popped in my mind. So I don't want to say occasionally he helps out with the baby, because he does it more than occasionally. But having her for the whole night without us breaking it half and half, that's not normal, because we do that as a team.
Yeah.
So let me just clarify that.
Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, all right, now go ahead.
I appreciate that. So the reason why I give guys that praise is because I would say men getting praise just comes far and few in between. Like, if you a dad, it's always this stigma of what type of dad are you? Or the question of what type of dad are you? Are you a part-time father that's taking your kids to the park? Or are you a full-time dad that's taking your kids to the park? If the mother ain't involved, like, it just seems like those are the questions you ask yourself that you don't speak out loud, because you don't want to be disrespectful. But why is that the case? And I don't like it. Like, I just don't like it.
So you're saying people think automatically when they see a guy that, are they part of their father's life all the time? Or their child's life all the time?
Yeah. So are you a part-time or a full-time dad? What type of dad are you? Yeah. Because people are rude.
I don't think that.
I do.
Oh.
And if the mother ain't there, in my mind. Maybe I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong, say something. Sign off in the comments. Let me know. But that's what I just generally feel. And so if I see a guy out there that's doing this thing, I may give him a chest pound or a head nod. Be like, yo, big ups on you. Because I don't know what your situation is, but it's great to see you out there doing it. And going through my situation with my baby mother and everything, Kia could kind of see the evolution of that process. And it's like, yeah, you wanna encourage those people, because you don't know how many times that dude is getting kicked. You don't know that home situation, so like,
that's a good call out.
Yeah, so it feels good just for someone else to acknowledge the hard work you do without even knowing the hard work you do. Women get that stuff all the time because, yes, you do. You get that stuff all the time because you always get praised as the parent, as the mother.
As a parent. So if we take it outside of, let me let you finish and then I'm gonna pull from what you said.
Yeah. So I feel like women get that all the time because they get praised as the mother. Meanwhile, we have to justify, as men, we have to justify our relevance. So yeah, that's why I do it. Like, I'm like, yo, good on you, bro. I see you out there working. Do your thing, 'cause I know it ain't easy.
Okay, so let's take what you said about women getting the praise all the time. So maybe as a mother, I can kind of see what you're saying. So moms get the praise, oh, you're a mom, congratulations. Or the baby to be, it's a baby shower for the mom. It's the celebration of the mom. You get the maternity pictures. So from a parenting perspective, I can see that. I'm not gonna argue that. But let's talk about the praise that a wife has, managing a household or still being a working mom and the expectation of still taking care of the house and maintaining. I don't think the praise is there like you're saying. So when a man does it on the other side, like I said, oh, you clean the kitchen, babe, thank you, I appreciate it. Or even with a group of friends, we talking like, girl, my husband cooked tonight, girl, you better keep that man. So like, we don't be like, girl, well, I don't know what men say, but in my mind,
we don't be like, man,
my wife cooked tonight. Oh, you should keep her. I feel like it would be the opposite. Like, oh, my wife didn't cook. Shit, my wife cook every night. I don't know what you think. You know what I'm saying? But it's like all the other stuff that we're doing don't even get like recognized.
So I think, everything comes around full circle. So there's a half that a dude plays in a relationship, and there's the other half that the lady plays. Now, or the significant other, whatever your current situation may be. I think that in a household, it's not always cut and dry, because not every household is the same. So for you, I may need to like acknowledge more of the work that you do, because you do work and you are a full-time employee, and you do, raise Zuri in my absence and all that. And I get it. And that's why I take the
And
nights.
I'm pumping and feed her too.
And you pumping and feeding. And
that's a full-time job.
Yeah, and you are the food supply. So I get it. But that's why I do the stuff that I do. And then it's like, then the kind of question goes into...
Do the stuff that you do like what? Clarify that.
Like all the at night stuff. Or, even when you want to go out or go do something, I'm like, I don't never stress. You don't stress me out when I want to. It's just like we work together as a team. Not every team works the same way. Some teams work a little differently. Some teams work a little harder. Some folks work a little smarter.
So the question here is, the way you show praise is through doing things that I need help with. Yeah. So you're not necessarily using the word like, girl, you doing a good job. You're not doing that, but what you're doing is, I know you're tired, I can see it. I'm gonna take the baby tonight. So
in our last video, we was talking about you being a superwoman. So if you being a superwoman and you got your cape on, well, I need to get out of Superwoman's way. I need to be Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to like when you through making all the plans and you did everything to do, I need to come through and make sure everything is good to go. Like that help you up with anything that you may have maybe overlooked or mishap. So. That's ours. Someone else may need to figure out how, what the role they're gonna play. Mm-hmm. And, that's just how I have to support you in that situation. So that's it. Like that's it. Like it ain't too much more than me just filling my role as I see it. And I don't know, like I said before, I don't always see things the way she sees it. So if you want me to fill that role better, you have to communicate.
Okay, so just to make sure we're tying this all together, the way I praise you, would you say that that's the way you want to be praised?
Yeah.
Okay, and the way you praise me by helping me out, although it may not be in the words of you doing a good job, you taking on things that I know I may not say it, but you recognize it, it's a big deal for me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like last night, I went out, not for long. But when I was at Applebee's, I said, you know what? She should be waking up about this time. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be ready to pump and eat. So I brought her back some food. Came home, her and the baby still knocked out. I'm like, oh, I ain't missed nothing, that's cool. But the food was still here. And so when she got up, I would say, hey, I got some chicken wontons for you. She was like, oh, shit.
Probably where I pumped and I ate them wontons.
You know what I'm saying?
It was good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now, I may not be the best at articulating myself when it comes to praise, but I try to do things to let you know that I see you, and here I am, like, I'm gonna try to make something in your life easier as you do what you have to do.
Okay, so I would say praise comes in different forms. It's not going to be always the idea that someone used. Just coming from us, that's what I'm thinking. Praise comes in different forms. It's not just the verbal, but it's the action. Maybe it is a verbal. It's just in different ways. So you have to recognize how other people show their appreciation.
Yeah.
So.
Like you see this beautiful wall right here. We in the kitchen. In the kitchen diner area, you know, open concept style, you know, style house, right? She did all that. She did 95% of it.
I did.
I did 5% of it. I helped. But she did it.
What's that got to do with praising?
I'm praising you right. I'm letting everybody know. That's what you did. And everybody that come in this house, I be like, you see what my wife did? She did that right there. She did that. She did that.
I can appreciate that praise.
See these boards?
They probably think a man did it.
She did it. Remember help? 5. Like, you know, 5. 5 what? Out of 100, he held 5% of it. Yeah, that's me.
All right. Anyway,
I hype my lady up.
He does. He is my hype man. I've said that.
See?
I think in one of our first videos. But anyway, so that's how we're seeing that situation of men being praised, but women not necessarily. So praise comes in on different styles. So now let's talk about, that's how we look at it. Let's talk about how outside people, how those people, like you say, when you're out and you're talking about somebody else and you see them praising you praise a man for being a dad, but you don't even know him, you don't know the background, but the assumptions that are being made, and let's just kind of maybe have a conversation around that.
All right, so when I see other people, I'm like, that's what's up. I'm proud of you, do your thing. Even when I see single mothers, my mom was a single mom. I see them out there, like, I know how hard it is. I know the struggle. So please don't get anything twisted when I say, like, I'ma always go for the man. I'ma always go for the man that's trying. The man that's out there, that's putting forth the effort, that's, you know, putting his 2 feet, you know, forward, and whenever he get knocked back 3, he's still going forward. But those single mothers, I see y'all and I be like, yo, I know it's tough. No matter what the situation is, I know it's tough.
So you say you know it's tough, but do you get that praise? Because to your point, you said earlier that, or if I see a guy and he's raising his kid, you'd be like, all right, you know, you're doing a good job. But if you see a mom out there and say you already know she's a single mom or whatever, you don't know her, but you know she's raising her child by herself. Do you say, hey, do you need some help? Like the way you show me praise, maybe that.
Oh yeah.
Do you do things like that?
Especially if I'm out in the grocery store and I see a mother dealing with 2 or 3 kids and one done ran off, I'll be like, hey, come on back, little man. You know what I'm saying? I help out like the single mother. I know they having a hard time, and it is a lot. It's a lot to deal with. It's just, generally speaking, no matter how big or small your support system is, it's generally bigger than the guys. So, like, I may not.
Not all the time now.
No, I didn't say all the time. I said generally.
All the time.
Generally, like, and that's the way the world kind of pictures it. So yeah, do I see the single mother? I may not get a single mother as big of ups as I would do the single dad, but I do not neglect that. You know, the single mother may need praise. She gets tired. She gets frustrated. She has a lot on her plate, and it can be difficult. And just a nice comment could probably go a long way.
Yeah.
So I make a conscious effort to try to identify those times and be able to say something to those mothers that if I see they're in distress or something, I try to be able to, you know, I want to be helpful if all possible.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, like, I get what you're saying. I'm like, maybe it's just to your point, having a more conscious effort. Like, I think about being in my group of friends and making sure we be like, girl, you doing that? You doing a good job? Or you need any help with me getting you to that point? Versus like being, like I said, being in a conversation, we talk about our husbands or our spouse, but then almost rolling out this red carpet of them putting dishes up, or because this is true shit, like putting dishes up or washing a car or opening a door, when sometimes we don't even give that push to our own selves. So really, for me, being more conscious when I'm talking to my other lady friends and being able to let them know, like, you are doing good, you're killing it. How can I help you to do more? Because we give so much at times to men when we don't even support ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we, going back to the Superwoman syndrome, we think we can do it all. It's almost in this light that we don't need nobody, we can do it all and we good. But to your point, having, giving that comment, giving that praise can go a long way. Yeah.
Women, I'm not gonna lie, women have a hard time dealing with us as men. So, men have a hard time dealing with women. So we should do the best we can to help one another out. If you see that lady is having a hard time, just make more of a conscious effort, care. I guess they say the give a fuck factor. You gotta give a fuck. You gotta actually care a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? About the person to the left or right of you. And especially the person that's supposed to be your number one person. Try, just try. And like I said, on both sides. Like maybe your guy ain't perfect, but I'm pretty sure he worth it if you still messing with him, right?
Everybody wants to be like praised, and everybody wants to hear that they're great and they're amazing. So it's just making sure both parties, equally doing that, and whatever your communication style is, or how you guys communicate one another, doing that. But not just your spouse, but other people, because I think that's the part we miss out on. Because I think a lot of that actual post came from basically outsiders looking in, and because of that, it made this generalization. That's why I said it was a loaded question, but it made this generalization that fathers or men do a great job, but women are just like blah. Like they're doing what they're supposed to do.
And come on now, y'all know when y'all see that stuff on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, that's nothing but clickbait. People are just saying stuff to get clicks, to get likes.
But regardless, it's a conversation starter.
But because people fuel that animosity that's already built within a lot of folks. So, when you see those type of things, just find maybe that may be your opportunity right there to be like, you know what? Vice feeding into it, I'm a withdraw from it and think about how maybe I could do some things a little bit better, or how I can think a little bit outside the box, in my situation, if it relates to you.
Okay. So would you say any takeaways from this conversation?
Takeaway number 1, communicate. Takeaway number 2, everyone wants to get praised.
Yes.
Everyone wants to feel loved. Everyone wants to feel appreciated, respected, all of those things.
I would say 3. Let me give 3. Praise looks different across different people. So it's not always going to be what you expected to be from someone. So kind of keep your eye open with that person, or with an outside person trying to help you as well. So praise is definitely different.
Yeah. So. Another thing, I know we're talking about men being praised doing the same thing women do, but we appreciate it. Thank you. At the end of the day, I love it when she does it. Maybe it's rubbing my ego, and all men have an ego, and we love our ego to get rubbed. But thank you.
You looking at, then you gonna look at me, and you saying that?
I'm looking at you in the camera.
Okay. Hey.
Hey. So thank you. And keep praising me, because people don't understand how hard it is to be a good man out here in these streets.
Trying to be a good man, you should, just to be in your heart. I'm a good woman. I ain't trying.
Okay. I'm just saying, being honest, it's not as easy as a lot of people want to make it seem. It's not as easy. So,
well, let me make it.
I'm not saying it's easy for you. I don't know. You could tell it ain't as easy for you if you want to say it.
No, because I'm built out here to be. See, this is what I'm talking about. A superwoman. I'm built to be this great. I'm amazing because I was developed. My parents brought me in this world and raised me to be this way.
Great.
And
I was built to be more of a hoe. So hey, I try the best I can, and every time you praise me, it gives me more fuel to continue to be this good and to be better. So whatever. For you, that little lady, my son, and everyone else that may look up to me. So I try to be a good role model because I don't want to let nobody die. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So thank you for giving me that muscle to keep going forward. Being a good man.
I try. And
I appreciate the Holy Spirit and stuff.
Yes. And I appreciate you looking out for me when I'm almost about to crash and implode, but you get it. So sometimes I just need to realize I can't do it all, but the help that you give is very much appreciated.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely that 80-20 rule. I'm definitely 80-20. Mm-hmm. I'm 80% you want, 20% shit you don't want.
Is that what it is?
Pretty much.
I think that's everybody then. At least it ain't 50-50. So
Nah, if I'm 50-50, you may as well go ahead and roll out.
With that person.
Nah, but.
All right. So we're gonna wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
We appreciate you guys.
Thank you once again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this shit, cause you know.
We appreciate you sharing.
We appreciate you.
Comment. Let me hear what you got to say about this, cause I know it's been going around on the social media.
And all the platforms out there.
All right then.
All right, so we married and unfiltered.
And we like to keep it that way.